E. Martin in the house. I'm with my 3 of my 4 crazy daughters. There's Shy. Say hey, what's up, Shy? All right, Jasmine. What up, baby girl? And Z Low in his house. All right, so I'm turning it, and this is their dad. I don't know how this is gonna work out, but anyway, we are at the Cheesecake Factory, putting it in, and I don't get to hang out with these sisters too often because they all grown now, and they don't like hanging out with me like they did when they was little.
That is not true.
So
that is not the reason.
That's not the reason.
Do not be lying to the internet like that.
Y'all ain't grown.
Well, we
It's
are
not
grown, but not too
Y'all-
grown for you.
Not too grown for your dad. All right, well, that makes me feel better. All right, we gonna put it away though, ladies? We're gonna put it in? All right. I love you all, and I just wanted to holler at you. Peace. Good morning, Millennials and Gen Z. This is Ephraim B. Martin. I am the father of 4 adult daughters, 36, 30, 27, and 24. Welcome to another live stream, Sharing My Wisdom podcast with Uncle E. All Millennials and Gen Z are welcome. Hope you guys are doing good. This is another live stream this week. And Millennials and Gen Z, we're going to be talking and discussing, and I'm going to share videos with you and some additional resources with you about protecting your peace. Right? Let me repeat that. Millennials and Gen Z, protecting your peace. Now, here at Sharing My Wisdom podcast with Uncle E, I'm the coolest uncle on the internet. If you didn't know, now you know. And I'm going to be sharing with you my wisdom. I want to bring educational information through instruction to you up front and up personal. I want to address what's going on in your world because I believe with all the madness that's going on in the world, your peace, Millennials and Gen Z, is very, very important. And many of you don't know how to protect your peace. So I just want to give you a little bit of wisdom and share my wisdom with you on how I believe you can protect your peace and, make sure that when your peace is protected, you're going to be healthier mentally, spiritually, physically, and emotionally, right? For all my Spanish speakers, bienvenidos. Aquí, ¿qué pasó? ¿Cómo te sientes hoy? Gracias. Appreciate you. So, excuse me. Cosme. Ooh, excuse me. A little stuffy. Yes, Millennials and Gen Z, I'd like to thank you all and appreciate you all, okay? Because my generation, Gen X, the elders need to step in and step up. My goal, one of my many goals here is to offer you younger people hope. I believe in your generations. I don't think your generations are lazy, right? And I don't like to compare our generations. Gen X, Millennials, and Gen Z. We come from 3 totally different generations. So I just want to make sure that I'm doing my part, giving back to you all and being available. That's my commitment to Millennials and Gen Z. All right, Gen Z and Millennials. Before we get started, every live stream, I'm going to go through my YouTube channel for a couple minutes. I want to share with you my 23 ebooks that are all available for purchase. They go hand in hand and complement my YouTube channel, Sharing My Podcast, Sharing My Wisdom podcast with Uncle E. Okay, so let me get there. I'm going to show you how to get to these ebooks. Okay. So this is Sharing My Wisdom podcast with Uncle E. This is my YouTube channel. Okay. If you go to and you click on more, and as you can see, I have links here, right? Go down to where it says Share My Wisdom podcast ebooks. Click on that. Let me make sure that it's there. Yes, it is. Okay. These are my ebooks. Okay. I've written 23 ebooks. 22 of my ebooks I sell for $7 a piece. The 2030 book is Daddy's Girls, a Father's How-To in Building Lifelong Relationships with Our Daughters. It's $15 ebook. And the reason it's a $15 ebook is because I'm a self-published author. It's an actual self-published book through Amazon.com. And that's available as well. So I decided to sell it in an ebook because a lot of people prefer ebooks and not a hard copy or a soft copy. So I'm giving you your choice, right? So I sell each one of my ebooks, as you can see. Let's click on this one here. This one is called Skill Set, Controlling Your Economics. That's me, Uncle E, sharing my wisdom podcast. Let me go back here. Let me get through these. Hold on one second, Millennials and Gen Z. These are all the ebooks. Let me get to the very beginning. Okay, to products. All right. So I've got 22 ebooks that I'm selling, and you can purchase them individually. And like I said, I'm going to be doing live streams on each one of these ebooks as well. Coming in the future, I'm going to be doing podcasts on those as well. Or you could purchase all 22 of them for $100. So it's your choice. But these are my ebooks. I want to let you know, put a lot of time, put a lot of work into them, and it'll make a lot more sense if you purchase them. And I share them in conjunction, like I said, with my podcast, Share My Wisdom podcast with Uncle E. So welcome, Millennials and Gen Z. And I want to go ahead and get started with the video that I'm going to share with you. Let me see. I believe it's 16 minutes. And I made this video from the education that I received from my TikTok. TikTok to me is a wealth of education. It's a library of education as far as I'm concerned, because young people, you go on there and you share your lives with the world. And I'm not mad at you for doing it. So I just believe in sharing the information that you're sharing with the world and putting it together and coming up with some solutions. Share My Wisdom podcast with Uncle E is all about solutions. And that's what we do here. That's how I get down. And that's what I'm interested in. I don't want anything from you, Millennials or Gen Z. I don't need anything from you. But I do believe that I could help you understand the why as to why things are going on and how things happen, okay? So let's jump on this 16-minute video. All right, let me get it set up for you. Okay, let me make sure. That is it. Okay, Millennials and Gen Z, let's go.
If you struggle with your mental health, please watch this video. I promise it will help you. Everyone always talks about going to therapy and how helpful it is, but I know that for a variety of reasons, it's not accessible to everyone. So I want to give you an alternative that is just as amazing and just as helpful. It's an app called Sensera, which is a self-therapy app, and it has personally changed the game for me. I'm going to show you. When you launch the app, it will ask you a series of questions to individualize your plan and make sure that it's going to help you on your specific journey. You can choose how long you've been doing self-therapy, if you've ever done it, and you can choose how you're feeling right now. And then it develops a custom plan for you, and you can choose what option you want in terms of price. Sensera has seriously changed my life, and I love that it is individualized and custom to your specific journey to make sure that you benefit from it in the way that you would from any traditional form of therapy. You can download Sensera using the link in my bio. A
lot of people haven't realized by now that DJ Stephen Twitch has passed away. He said that he had unalived himself in a hotel room. I hear it says he left a note alluding to his past challenges with his mental health and things like that. So if you're new here, I've been clinically diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder, and I've been in psychotherapy for 5 years dealing with my own mental health struggles and things of that nature. And a lot of people covering this from from few different angles and things like that, but I'm going to take a different approach, because one thing I see in a lot of comment sections was people say just like, he seemed so happy. He had everything. He had the fame. He had the family. He was good. He was, he was on Ellen. He had everything going for him. He had everything that should have made him happy. Exactly. He had everything that should have made him happy. When you're dealing with mental health struggles and things like that, things that should make you happy don't. Then it can be extremely frustrating for you to deal with. I have this fame. I have this success. I have the family. I have all the normal things that people want that make other people happy, but I don't experience that true happiness. You get a lot of people like himself that don't want to burden other people with their mental health struggles. They don't want to be a burden to other people, because he definitely had the resources to go seek help and go talk to a therapist and things of that nature. A lot of times you don't want to burden other people with what's going on inside of your head, because you don't feel like anybody else will understand what's going on inside of your head. Although I don't have those ideations to take my own life and whatnot, I get it though. People like myself can go into like super depressive states where like nothing else matters. Like nothing will make me happy, no matter what. I see a lot of people say in the comment section, say, just talk to somebody. Hey, if you need help, just open your mouth and talk. Sometimes you want to open your mouth and talk and things like that, but there's another part of your brain that just won't let you do it, y'all. There's another voice inside of some people's heads that tells them that you're not good enough. Nothing will make you happy. Nobody's going to be able to help you out of this. You're a burden to society and things like that. And sometimes that voice can get so strong that you do things like that. You go to hotels, you start acting erratically. You go to hotel rooms and things like that, and you take your own life, because sometimes you feel like that's the only way that you can silence that voice and you can become less of a burden on other people and things of that nature. This is me personally telling everybody out there, there is no shame in getting help. Like me, myself, my whole platform is dedicated to my journey in therapy and pointing out behaviors and things like that people might feel the same way. Like if you feel the same way that I feel, go to therapy, talk to somebody, open your mouth, y'all. Please understand how awkward it can be to sit down and tell a real life stranger your deepest, darkest secrets and what that other voice inside your head is saying. I understand that dynamic, y'all. Trust me. A lot of people out here, they make vulnerability seem like it's weakness and things like that, but vulnerability is not weakness. Vulnerability is strength. It just is. Being able to be vulnerable with your emotions and your thought processes and things like that and your struggles can help save your life and your family's lives as well. So again, if you hear a voice inside of your head telling you that you're not good enough, open your mouth and talk to somebody else, y'all. Because once that voice gets too loud, you never know what will happen next. Hope this helps.
Are women who are mentally struggling because they are with their children 24.
Right here. Just a reminder, being touched out isn't just about the physical and emotional feeling of being overstimulated and overwhelmed by constant physical touch. It's also about the mental fatigue that comes from the unending vigilance and emotional investment required in caring for a child or children. The mental load, the cognitive and emotional labor involved in managing a household and caring for children can be just as taxing as the physical aspects. You have to have the mental responsibility of continuously anticipating and meeting a child's needs, making innumerable decisions daily, maintaining an environment that is safe and nurturing for the child, plus the emotional labor of teaching and comforting and guiding a child through their own emotional experiences. It is imperative that there is a mental break or separation that working outside the home can provide, which is not available to those whose work and caregiving are intertwined within the home. The lack of clear boundaries between work and personal time for stay-at-home caregivers means there's seldom a mental respite from the role of caregiver, which intensifies the feelings of being touched out. So it is crucial for individuals experiencing these feelings to recognize the validity of their physical and mental fatigue, acknowledge this, and address the mental responsibility of caregiving as part of being touched out. It's not only essential for the well-being of the caregiver, but also for the healthy development of the child as it models healthy emotional regulation and self-care practices. What's best for you is what's best for the child.
As a psychiatrist, here are 5 things I would do if you struggle with depression. Number 1, take our brain health assessment, brainhealthassessment.com, because depression is not one thing. Anxiety disorders, not one thing. There are a bunch of different things. You want to know your brain type. I would exercise head to head. against medication. Exercise, equally effective at 12 weeks, more effective at 10 months. As a psychiatrist, if you're depressed, I'd check your labs. It's so important. Check your vitamin D level, your thyroid, your ferritin levels, measure of iron stores, your omega-3 fatty acids. As a psychiatrist, if I was depressed, I'd make sure I was taking omega-3 fatty acids and saffron. 24 randomized controlled trials showing saffron equally effective to antidepressants. And I've seen it effective really no matter what the depression type. And 5, as a psychiatrist, stop believing every stupid thing you think. Learn to
struggle with depression and anxiety. I would have to say I realized it about 2 years ago. I noticed the mood swings. Like, one day I'd be up and the next day I'd be down, feeling like I don't want to go out in public, almost agoraphobic, like, too much to deal with. And then there would be days where my brain wouldn't stop racing, I would think of the most worst scenarios in the world, which would heighten my anxiety. And, people were like, you just need to meditate and yoga and things like that. And I would do that, but my brain would still race. For me, there was no shame when I started to recognize it. It was like, I have to get some help because I'm the life of the party. And when I go dark, I go dark. I don't want to leave the house. And my friends started to notice me pulling back. And my father, who also had his issues with mental health, was really open about it, about his manic depression. But, as I
I don't tell nobody, none of that stuff. Like anytime somebody asks me like, are you okay? I always say, I'm good, even if I'm not. Like, I'm just kind of used to, getting through stuff on my own. So
how can I explain to somebody that you're never going to be perfect? You're always going to fail God, but yet you're still going to be good enough to go to heaven.
That's another thing that mental health will give you. Zero motivation to do anything. Zero motivation to have a shave, zero to brush your teeth, even have a shower, nothing. I got back that night and my wife thought I was drunk. I come home early. She says, "Oh, you're home early." I said, "Yeah." I said, "I've had enough of this life."
Ask God, what is this about, man? I mean, look, come on. Enough is enough. But everything you're going through is preparing you for what's to come.
And I called out to my wife. I said, "Paris, here." She said, "What?" I said, "Tomorrow." I said, "I start to turn my life around."
If you self-isolate when life gets hard, when life becomes a shitstorm, life gets bad, you self-isolate, you push everyone away, it goes to show that you feel that you are a problem, that you are a burden, that you are alone. You've had to pull yourself out of every dark place, mentally and physically, alone by yourself since you were a child. And that's a fight and that's a struggle. You've gotten to the point that you literally think that asking for help is weakness, that there's something wrong with you. You don't think that anyone can even be there for you, that nobody can help you. We don't realize sometimes and validate sometimes that it's nice to have a friend. It's nice not to be alone sometimes. We don't have to be alone through everything we go through. To have a friend that just sits next to you in the dark until the light comes is huge. But yet we will push those people away because that's not how it's supposed to be. And we don't want to be the problem. We're supposed to be the solution. We're supposed to be the strong person. We're supposed to be the strongest. We're supposed to be able to do this by ourselves. Shows how much trauma you have. That's a lot of unhealed childhood trauma right there. That's a lot of that unhealed just challenges that you've been through, man. And nobody can set you up for that. Nobody can prepare you for that. But therapy can help. Talking can help. Sharing can help. Validating your feelings can help. And working through it can help. Don't forget that you matter, that you're amazing, that you're wonderful, that you're beautiful, that you're smart, that you didn't come this far to only come this far. That you truly are strong to have made it through everything that life has thrown at you. And sometimes we have to go look in the mirror, remind ourselves that we're a badass motherfucker. You made it through 100% of your worst days, make it through to today, and you didn't come this far to only come this far. I am proud of you. Don't give up. Because what you're going through, it will get better, and you are worth it.
Most people spend the majority of their lives in what we would call hypervigilance, meaning they are in a fight, flight, freeze, or appease stance. They are bracing for the next messed up thing that's happening. Our bodies are not designed to be watching the news and finding out that another person got shot or killed. We're taking in all this stimulus. We're scrolling through social media and we're seeing death and destruction and lack and limitation. We're going into a world where there's traffic and horns and sounds. I got to figure out my money game, and the relationship is causing me stress. If I'm doing that 20 times a day, I'm probably not anywhere close to available to the parts of me that would bring forth my Einstein or my Beethoven or my Bob Marley. And so we say it all the time, the fruit doesn't belong to the tree, the fruit belongs to the ecosystem. But if the tree is malnourished, if the tree's soil is not being watered and taken care of, then the fruit it's going to bear will not be of quality. So our job before we get to anything is to make sure our soil is being tended to.
And said another way, if you're living in a state of survival and stress, you're creating from a state of survival and stress. You're attracting from a state of survival and stress. And this is what most people don't get, right? Like a lot of people, they do manifestation and law of attraction work and they're like, I don't get it. I'm doing everything right. Why am I not getting the thing? It's, well, your 80% of your vibration is off. It's survival. So you could be saying all the right things. I'm powerful. I'm abundant. I'm worthy of receiving love. But your body's like, no, survival. This is not going to work. We don't feel enough yet. We must get more money, more recognition, more. The chase for more is a symptom of hypervigilance. And how many people do we know are living in that state of never enough?
Okay, millennials and Gen Z, want to share that video with you. Protecting your peace, very, very important. So let me just kind of throw this in, being a Gen Xer, we were latchkey kids. We pretty much had to raise ourselves because we come from a totally different generation. Our blueprint as Gen Xers from our parents is figure the shit out, right? That's what we got as a blueprint. Figure the shit out. That was our blueprint. So many Gen Xers today, that are my age. I was the first year of Gen X. Gen X is 1965 to 1980. That's the generation of Gen X. So I'm a 70s baby. And a lot of Gen Xers are jacked up. They are, because we weren't allowed to address our mental health. We weren't allowed to be in adult conversations. Kids stayed in kids' places. And like I said, our blueprint was figure the shit out. So I feel as an elder, my responsibility, one of my responsibilities, I've raised 4 adult daughters, is to help them understand that your peace is way more important than anything else in this world. Because if you don't have peace in your life, it's going to be very difficult to function. It's going to be very difficult to move forward. It's going to be very difficult to do a lot of things. And I want to encourage you young people, millennials and Gen Z, because you have opportunities today where you can address your mental health, right? Hopefully, if you have a Gen X parent, like my daughters, I have 2 millennial daughters and 2 Gen Z daughters. I didn't raise my daughters to figure the shit out. I did not. I'm sure some Gen X parents raise their children that way because that's how they were raised, but I didn't raise my daughters that way. Right? And I just think it's important for millennials and Gen Z to reach out for help. If you need help, you got to, you have the resources available to you today to get the help. And I encourage you to do so, because suffering in silence is not good. Suffering in silence is just not, it's not a good thing. And there are resources that are available. Okay. I want to take a look at something. I want to take you guys through something. Where's it at? This here, I came across this. I do a lot of research on the internet. And when I do my research, when I come across, good articles and research studies, I'm going to share them with you. And this particular article of research, I thought was very fascinating, very, very good, very, very well written and solutions based, because I'm all about solutions on Sharing My Wisdom podcast with Uncle E. So I pulled it up. Let me share it with you. I just want to go through it with you guys. Okay, protect your peace, effective strategies for inner calm. In today's fast-paced world, finding ways to protect your peace and maintain mental and emotional well-being is crucial. To become better equipped to handle life's challenges, I have found it helpful to focus on self-awareness and self-care. To protect your peace is taking deliberate actions and adopting a mindset that helps you maintain a sense of calm, balance, and emotional well-being in the face of external stressors. and challenges. It requires self-awareness, practice, and adaptability to different life circumstances. With constant exposure to stress, negativity, and overwhelming amount of information, safeguarding our minds and spirits from adverse influences is essential. Okay? So what is protecting your peace? Protecting your peace is the ongoing process of creating a healthy inner environment for spiritual well-being, which involves learning how to say no, setting boundaries, cultivating gratitude. It's about making choices that prioritize your emotional well-being and reduce stress, ultimately leading to a more balanced and peaceful life. And here are some examples, right? Recognizing stress and negativity. Okay? Other signs of burnout to look for may include physical exhaustion, decreased performance, negativity, withdrawal, loss of interest, changes in sleep patterns, difficulty concentrating, feeling overwhelmed, neglecting self-care. Role of physical well-being. As a key component of protecting your peace, emphasize the importance of maintaining your physical well-being. Doing so helps boost energies and overall mood, making it easier to cope with stress and maintain a sense of calm. Healthy boundaries. It's crucial to set healthy boundaries to protect your peace and maintain balance in life. Healthy boundaries define appropriate behavior in relationships, keeping both parties safe and ensuring mutual respect. Setting clear boundaries can prevent getting entangled in situations that may cause frustration, resentment, or discomfort. Social media and news. This is big. Social media and news can be both a source of connection and stress. On the one hand, social media platforms allow us to stay in touch with friends and family, build networks, and access valuable information. On the other hand, these platforms can also increase exposure to negative content, gossip, and sensationalized news. Some helpful ways to protect your peace from social media and news can include, this is big, Millennials and Gen Z. Set boundaries, number one. Number two, create your follow list. Number three, fact check. Okay? And number four, take a break from social media. It's good to take a break from social media. Okay? Managing relationships. As we go through life, we interact with various people, including friends, family, and sometimes even toxic relationships. To protect your peace, it is crucial to manage these relationships effectively by, number one, setting boundaries. Very important, set boundaries. Learning to say no. Huge. I have no problem saying no. Recognizing a toxic relationship. Practicing self-care, number four. Number five, nurturing positive relationships. Inner peace techniques. To cultivate inner peace, several techniques can help maintain serenity and tranquility in daily life. Blending these practices and employing them consistently may help establish and maintain a sense of inner peace that permeates into daily life. First thing you could do is meditation. Second thing is mindfulness. Being mindful means paying attention to the present moment without judgment. Journaling is also good. That's number three. Number four is solitude. Dedicate time to be alone and reflect on experiences, thoughts, and emotions. Yoga is also recognized as inner peace technique. So you have role of environment. The environment plays a significant role in achieving serenity and well-being. Your environment can either support or hinder your ability to achieve and maintain serenity. Nature. Nature is like a haven in that it provides an escape from the chaos of daily life. Natural settings present the opportunity to rejuvenate both mentally and physically. Decluttering. Decluttering is another aspect that has tremendous potential to enhance personal space or personal peace. Our environment directly affects our state of mind when we remove unnecessary clutter and keep our surroundings tidy. We feel more focused, relaxed, and in control. Quiet atmosphere. Quietness is integral to creating a peaceful environment. In a world filled with noise and distractions, finding moments of quiet can be challenging, but the effort is truly rewarding. Importance of self-care. Self-care is essential in promoting overall physical and mental well-being. Actively practicing self-care contributes to resilience against the stresses and strains of everyday life. A crucial aspect of self-care is getting enough sleep every night. Okay? And once again, mediation, exercise, leisure, hobbies, spending quality time with loved ones. Okay? And then the article goes on to say, my personal research on how to protect your peace. Self-care practice. Exercise regularly, 15%. Drink plenty of water, 11%. Eat nutritional foods, 15%. Practice mediation, mindfulness, 11%. Get plenty of rest, 22%. Take breaks, 15%, and spend time outside, 11%. So the key points: recognize sources of stress and negativity to maintain mental and emotional well-being. Balance external influences by setting healthy boundaries and managing relationships. Prioritize self-care and inner peace techniques to cultivate a resilient, harmonious life. Related insights. How can I maintain inner peace? To maintain inner peace, practice mindfulness through meditation, breathing exercises, or yoga. What are some strategies for dealing with negative influence? Some strategies for dealing with negative influences may be to recognize and distance yourself from toxic people and situations. How can spirituality help in finding inner calm? Spirituality can help find inner calm by providing a sense of purpose, community, and connection with something greater than oneself. How can I manage stress and difficult relationships? To manage stress and difficult relationships, focus on setting boundaries and practicing assertiveness. It's essential to remember that you are not responsible for others' emotions or actions and to prioritize your own well-being. What rituals promote emotional well-being? Rituals that promote emotional well-being can include regular exercise, practicing gratitude, journaling, and connecting with nature. Are there any recommended books to learn more about inner peace? There are numerous books available to explore the topic of inner peace. These books offer insight, guidance, and practice tools for cultivating inner peace and more fulfilling life. Some recommendations include The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, Peace is Every Step by Thich Nhat Hanh, The Four Arguments by Don Miguel Ruiz, The Untethered Soul by Michael A. Singer, Mediations by Marcus Aurelius. All right, Gen Z, Millennials, Gen Z, there you go. Another live stream. I appreciate you guys. I really do. I wanted to share this and want to encourage you to protect your peace at all costs. Okay? Can't function. Can't grind. There's a lot of things that will disable you if your peace is affected. Okay? So this is Uncle E, an elder Gen Xer who appreciates and wants you millennials and Gen Z to know you're going to be okay. All right? You got to stay focused. You got to stay on task. You got to make things happen, okay? But protect your peace. Got to protect your peace, okay, millennials and Gen Z? All right, it's another live stream. Mi amigos, hasta la próxima semana, paz. Adios. I appreciate you guys. And I live stream once a week. Okay. So I'm here. Feel free to subscribe, like, share. And by subscribing on the bell, when I live stream, it'll come up. And if you're available, feel free to always be a part, leave comments. And I would love to read all your comments and see where you're at, see how you're feeling. Okay? All right, this is Uncle E. I'm out until next week. Peace.